Tuhin Sinha, there's a larger question that beckons to be asked today. You know, while everyone, is looking at the Maha Kumbh, at this massive celebration of faith, there is a lot of devotion, and that is understandably seen by the sea of humanity that is making its way into Prayagraj. The question, Tuhin Sinha, that is being asked today of the BJP is what you are actually questioning the opposition of politics, that the BJP is trying to milk this politically, calling it the, crores taking bath on an hourly basis, on a daily basis, when you can't really handle the kind of crowds that are coming in, and they are coming in as a swath of humanity, then why advertise it at the scale that you are? Kumbh nahi nahaye to... Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, first of all...
Go ahead, sir. Make your point.
First of all, it is very important to condemn the mischievous comments made by Mamata Banerjee today. If you think of it, there are still about 1 crore, there would be about 1 crore or somewhere, in the vicinity of 1 crore of devotees in Prayagraj. Imagine the kind of panic she wanted to spread among the devotees when she uses terms like Maha Kumbh is Mrityu Kam. And any responsible national leader should refrain from such pathetic words. Now, when it comes to Maha Kumbh, I would say this with responsibility. We have not politicized Maha Kumbh. If there are certain numbers that are being given out, those are through a drone technology, which, kind of takes factors in all the people who have taken the dip. And those figures are being made public. Yes, till now, we had not anticipated that a Maha Kumbh of the scale would have been managed. But if you travel there, in fact, if any those news people who have traveled there will tell you that the VIP area, so-called VIP areas, because there is no VIP area. If there is a VIP area, it's only because of security reasons. Certain people, like even for that matter, if DK Sivkumar comes to take a dip, the protocols and the security have to be maintained. The same applies for a Sachin Pilot. The same applies for other, opposition leaders also. Because if there is no security, that would lead to another kind of catastrophe. So the areas segregated for them are completely away from the ones where the people are taking the dip. And I don't think that, it has led to any chaos or any problem, which is something your own correspondent Gaurav Sawant has corroborated from there.
No, Tuhin Sinha, 1 second. No, that's not true. 1 second. There are multiple reports that have come in. Even my colleague Gaurav Sawant detailed very clearly on the lapses that took place on that fateful night where over 30 people are dead. Just a correction, but you can make your point. Finish your point, sir. Then I'm going to take closing comments.
No, the arrangements, like I said, are way better than many of these people would make you believe. But yes, I mean, this kind of a crowd, is always difficult to handle. I think the government has done a brilliant job till now in handling the crowd, barring that one night, where 2 hours, where, there was chaos, and that chaos was again because, certain police officials were not persuasive enough. People who were sleeping on the ghats were not.
Tuhin Sinha, I think we're all in a position right now to admit. I think we will, justify it, and we're all in a position to admit that it wasn't just 2 hours, it was more than 2 hours. There wasn't one stampede on that night, there were 2 stampedes, but, now there's been a third at the Delhi railway station. But I'll come back to you, sir. Allow me to take closing comments. 30 seconds, can I get in the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson first? Go ahead, sir, ma'am.
See, Preeti, it's not just one stampede, as you said. There have been several fire incidents, and this whole idea, nowhere in Hinduism it says that haves and have-nots will have access to God in a different way. So on one hand, you've created this VIP ghat where you're calling journalists, you're calling influencers for them to make these reels and portray as if everything is rosy and bright. On the other hand, the common people are having to walk miles and miles. There's mismanagement, there's traffic jams, there's exorbitant rent-seeking behavior from the devotees. So it's a grossly mismanaged event. But Bharatiya Janata Party will not accept.
Okay, I want to quickly take in other.
And they will not
I just want to add incidents like fire will take place in a massive festival like this. It's the largest festival where humanity is concerned. It's how it's managed. And to give it a benefit of doubt, the government did manage the incidents of fire very well. They're bound to happen. They did a great job. That actually should be publicized. But they cannot shirk responsibility and questions at the back of the stampedes. Very quickly, can I bring in the Congress spokesperson, Bhavya Narasimha Murthy, 30 seconds, ma'am.
The whole attitude of BJP and its cabinet minister was actually shown by the spokesperson here. He measures their so-called accident in terms of number of hours and number of nights. 1 night, 2 hours. But we will measure in the number of lives lost. If only he had said that, yes, they should have looked into it.
Okay.
There was lapse in the security, then we would agree. And look at their the way they're taking it so lightly when it comes to lives of the poor. The same thing about railway minister. If he doesn't resign this time, we are going to protest, and this has to go up, and every Indian should understand what is
30
the
seconds,
attitude
ma'am.
of
I'm
the
running out of time.
cabinet
There's a reason
ministers
I'm
about
giving
this.
in the BJP little more time on this shows, because there are three of you. Three of you against one. Garga Chatterjee, 30 seconds, sir. Please make your point.
I would like to, with folded hands, I would like to tell the Prime Minister and UP Chief Minister, please issue normal death certificates and not random chits of paper to the people who have been killed, I would say, in the Maha Kumbh Mela area during this time, because their bereaved family has to move on, and there are various things which needs to be done, number one. Number two, what the BJP spokesperson said, could he have said, if he was surrounded by a crowd only of the survivors of those stampedes, could he have said that? Could he have gone there without arms? And thirdly, I understand some opposition, BJP leader, etc. Why does Adani need security? Who is he afraid of?
All right. 30 seconds.
Giving
Tuhin Sinha,
security
closing.
doesn't
You've
mean
had
the
enough
public should
questions
be
coming
ignored.
in from the three spokespersons. Tuhin Sinha. And then I'm going to
Well,
close
I
the show.
will repeat that there is no attempt to hide anything when it comes to the train stampede. And in a couple of days, we should have the conclusive report by the 2-member committee, and accountability will be fixed. I will repeat that for a government which has put its heart and soul into making this a success, the death or even an injury to a single person is extremely anguishing. Accountability will be fixed, and we will ensure that the remaining 7 days are absolutely spot-free.
All right.
But
Okay, I appreciate.
I think, political leaders like Mamata Banerjee should be a little more careful when they use such derogatory terms for Hindu festivals, because I'm sure they will not have the courage to do that for any other religion.
All right. On that note, I'd like to close this bulletin. I appreciate all four of you for joining us. For somebody who has covered multiple Kumbhs, I would say there is no God at the Kumbh. The river is the God, and the river stands testimony to all that takes place. And I think we should just keep that in mind.